Many people always have this bragging right that yes, I have an acre in XYZ, I have 2 acres in XYZ, and so on and so forth. So today's discussion is, should you buy an acre of property in Ibeju Lekki, that is 6 plots, or should you buy an half plot in Ajah? Which one is a better investment? Hello smart investors, welcome to Real Estate Made Easy, your number 1 YouTube channel where we educate you, we inform you, and we enlighten you about real estate investment by giving you pro tips, guides, advice, and warnings so that you can avoid the costly mistakes other people are making, so that you can make the right real estate investment decision with peace of mind. If you are coming across this channel for the first time, this is Real Estate Made Easy. Make sure you turn on the notification bell and subscribe to this channel so that you'll stay updated with our information, and of course you'll be the first to know when new videos are uploaded. Also do well by going to our playlist after watching this video to learn from the previous discussion we have had. So today we'll be discussing an important topic, like I earlier said. Buying 6 plots of property in Ibeju Lekki, that is an acre, or half plot in Ajah, which one is a better investment? So make sure you stay tuned for this analysis. First and foremost, you must understand the concept of demand and appreciation, because real estate is demand driven. It's an investment that for you to truly cash out, it must be of high demand. So it's not just about the fact that the property appreciates, that property must be in need. People must be in need of that property. So people must be demanding for that property, and that's what will cause appreciation of their property. So you must understand these 2 case scenarios. Now we'll be giving you some case studies and scenario. Now looking about high appreciation but low demand. If you are talking about a place of high appreciation and low demand, you're talking about places like Ibeju Lekki, talk about Acre, some places like maybe Ikorodu, and some aspect of Lagos. In this place, these are places you can actually multiply your return on investment by 100%, 200%, even 300% and above. But the challenge is that the demand in that place is very minimal, but the property is readily available. You can actually acquire as many acres you can buy, because one, the market value is not too high, it's still relatively cheap, but then the appreciation rate is very, very high. But the difference is that it's still not something it's not a place that you can dispose of immediately. Are places that you have to exercise patience, you have to wait for a very longer time. Why are places like Ibeju Lekki, Acre, Ikorodu, and maybe some aspects of Lagos are of this high appreciation but low demand? It's simply because of the interest of government as well as industrialization that is happening there. In Ibeju Lekki, for instance, we have the free trade zone. It is in the free trade zone we have the Dangote refinery, the largest single trade refinery in the whole wide world. They has the ability to produce about 620 barrels of crude oil in a day. Not only that, we also have the Dangote fertilizer, talking about the urea plant, you have the deep sea ports, you have the proposed international airport, we have the Fort Mainland Beach, all of this coming up. So this makes it easy for investors who are just buying now to be able to multiply their return on investment by 100%, 200%, 200% in a few years to this time. But the fact is that the demand for that property at this moment is very low. Some people are not everybody is aware of this location yet. So people are not really in demand of it, but the appreciation of the property here is very high. So this is still like the very best time to acquire property there. So if you are talking about high demand and low appreciation, you can talk about places like Surulere, Ikeja GRA, Lekki Phase 1, and so on and so forth. These places are places that the demand is high. Yes, because people are already living there. People are ready to buy the property immediately and take possession and start building, whether they want to build their office, whether they want to build for renter, whether they want to build and stay, whether they want to use for short let, whatever. These places are of high demand, but the appreciation rate is slow, in the sense that by the time you want to buy, you can easily dispose it off, but you cannot get about 50 or 60% return on investment. It's very scarce for you to get that, but you can be rest assured of getting about 10 to 20% return on investment, because you can easily dispose it off. So this location are ideal for flipping as well. That is, there's a concept known as flipping in real estate, that is, you buy and you dispose immediately. You can make your money short gain, sharp, then you are out of the market. looking for another place you can buy, quickly make your return and go out. So but if you're looking for a place to multiply your return on investment by 70, 80, 100, 200 and so on and so forth, then you need to look for a place that is of course of low demand and high appreciation. And I'll give you a case study of like Ibeju Lekki axis, Acre axis, and so on and so forth. So that's why you must those concepts you must understand. Now, high demand and high appreciation. So if you're looking for a place that has a high demand as well as high appreciation, then you'll be talking about places like Sangotedo, Abijo GRA, Lekki Scheme 2, Ogbobo Axis. Those locations have what we call high demand and high appreciation because one, many of those regions are just opening up. Two, people are already living there. So the demand for the property is very high and people are ready to take possession immediately that they are buying. So that place now, for instance, a property that was less than 2 years, that was selling for 17, 18, now confidently sold for 25 million and above. Again, even just about last year, property that was along the Ogbobo axis that started selling around 30 something million naira, before the end of 2022 sold at the rate of 60 million naira. So you can see that the market appreciation rate is very high. So because of the fact that people are just getting to know, some of those places are just opening up, but people are already residing there. People are already in demand of the property. Either you want to use it for short let because of, Lagos State is densely populated. People are looking for a place to stay, live, and do business. So if you have a place that is already in a strategic location, people are already ready to take possession immediately, then this location is very ideal. So you can see that if you are buying an half plot in this location, you can make your return on investment very faster than you from buying an acre in a place like Acre. So for instance, also a bungalow that was selling for 15 million naira, 80 million naira, confidently now sold at the rate of 25, 26 million naira. So if you are looking for either buying a property, an acre in places like Ibeju Lekki, or acquiring and have plots in places like Ajah, so the factor you must consider is it of a place of high demand and high appreciation. So the two are not the same. So your return on investment is basically dependent on your risk appetite. So if your risk appetite is that you have a very short time to cash out your investment, you don't have a long time to wait, you don't have a long time to 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years, and so on and so forth to wait before you can get your money as well as return on investment back. You need something within 1 year, maximum 2 years to get your money and return on investment back. Then you must then know that buying an half plot in a place of high demand and high appreciation will give you your money faster than a place of lower demand but higher appreciation. So your risk appetite is very important. You must consider that. At the same time, timing is also key. Timing is an important factor because places that are of high demand and high appreciation at the moment now were also of higher appreciation but lower demand sometime before. I mean, look at Ajah, for instance. Now, look at Acre. People will tell you that Ajah was like a bush 15 years ago, 20 years ago. That there was nothing existing along the Sangotedo. You must know that your risk appetite is very important to consider whether you are looking for a place to buy for 6 acres of land and wait that the place is developed, is of high demand and you cash out, or you rather buy and have plots in a place that is of high demand and high appreciation. The challenge with a place of higher appreciation and lower demand is the ability to be able to wait, exercise patience till the place becomes of high demand and people are willing and ready to pay you. If you cannot exercise this patience and don't have a long-time investment goal or long-time investment appetite, then you must rather prefer to go for a place of what? Higher demand and higher appreciation. That is a very short. So if your risk appetite is very short and you are looking for a place you can easily cash out, then you may have to consider a place that's of higher demand and higher appreciation. So it's not just about the number of acres you have, it's about your risk appetite. Because the amount of money you want to, for instance, now you have 10 million naira to buy a property, and that same 10 million, let's say your budget between 10 million to 50 million naira, your 10 to 50 million naira can confidently get you an acre of land around Acre or maybe some part of Ibeju Lekki. And that alone also just get you an half plot in a place of high demand and high appreciation in places like Abijo, Sangotedo, Axis, Ogbobo Road, for instance. So but the return on investment is not the same. So instead of you waiting for about 10 years So timing is key. You need to know the right time for you to sell and cash out your return on investment. So if you don't have this luxury of time and you don't have the patience to wait for your property to appreciate, then you may miss it up, because your goal will not be able to be realized because you are not patient enough for you to cash out big time. Like I told you, look at how much Lekki Phase 1 is selling now. Many people bought acres and hectares of land when it was selling for peanuts. As at that time, the location was of lower demand, but the prospect for appreciation was there. So it has that prospect for high appreciation, which of course it is now in reality. People already, Lekki Phase 1 is now a prime area, and you need to have your multiple millions of naira to even price a property there. So you must understand your investment appetite and your risk appetite. Again, you must also know that real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So it is not like every other investment that you can easily, okay, you want to sell out and then come out. Real estate is an investment that you have to be comfortable to sell when you want to sell. Otherwise, you'll be selling at a price that is not dictated by you, but by the forces. Maybe you want to do forces of the market, I mean, like the stress sale, or you want to do panic selling because you are in need of urgent funds. So that is not the right time to sell. So you must understand that the basic difference between real estate and other investment is that real estate is not so during an emergency. It's illiquid. It's not something that you can easily dispose of. If you want to dispose of real estate easily, faster, then you have to look for a place of high demand, high appreciation. That the place that, yes, you want to flip, property flipping, that you need your money the next 2 years, you want to cash out your money and your return on investment guarantee, then you need to look for a place of high demand and high appreciation. So it's not about the number of property, the number of acres, whether 2 acres, 3 acres, for a place that you have to wait about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years to get a return on investment, or a place that within 1 year, 2 years, you can even cash out big time. So these factors are very important when you are considering, is it, should you buy an acre in Ibeju Lekki, or should you buy an half plot in places like Ajah, Edo, Ibeju Lekki, and so on and so forth. So your risk appetite is very, very important. You must have the patience of time. You must also have the understanding of what you are getting yourself into, so that you do not make costly mistakes and then rush out into an investment that could have given you multiple millions of naira as a return on investment because your inability to exercise patience, or the one that you can easily cash out and even use your money for other investment purposes because you can easily dispose it off because of its high demand nature and of course the high appreciation value it gives you. But the size you are going to acquire is going to be smaller. Maybe just now give a simple analysis and a simple scenario. Looking at a budget, for instance, assume now that you have a budget of, let's say, 10 to 15 million naira to acquire an acre of property in Acre on some part of Ibeju Lekki. But let's just say your budget is just a maximum 50 million naira. At the same time, you have the same budget of maximum of 50 million naira to acquire a property around the place of high demand and high appreciation. Don't forget that places like Acre and Ibeju Lekki, I've told you that those are places of low demand at the moment, but higher appreciation that you can sell 100 times, 200 times, and even more later on in future and get your money back guarantee. Just like the way Lekki is now at the moment, the way some places and Ajah are now at the moment. But at the moment, what you have is just 15 million naira to acquire either an acre in places like Ibeju Lekki, or to have half plots in a place like Ajah or Ibeju Lekki or Edo or the Ogombo Road. So having established the fact, your risk appetite, your timing and everything, you then know that if, for instance, now, if your investment is short-time appetite, you have a very short-term appetite, you don't have a long short time to wait, then buying an half plot in Ogombo might be of better gain to you because you can easily add value to the property, do your perimeter fencing, sandfill the land, do a gate house, just add value to the property, and then sell out big and make your money quickly. So as very short time investment, you can easily flip it because people are ready to buy the same property from you. People are ready to build immediately. People are ready to take immediate possession and of course do something on the property. Unlike you have the same, or you acquire the same, use the same 15 million naira to buy an acre in places like Acre and Ibeju Lekki, and you have to wait for about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to 10 years before you can easily now times 2, 3, or even other times your return of your investment. So you must understand the two scenarios. So if your goal is to cash out quickly, then maybe property flipping in the place of high demand and high appreciation may be an idea for you. But if you have the luxury of time and you have the luxury of patience to exercise patience, all you need to do if you are buying a place of lower demand and high appreciation is to ensure that you acquire the property from the genuine source. Make sure you have all your necessary documents in your name. Make sure you perfect your title, and of course take possession. Don't just buy and leave. Buy and keep. In conclusion, with these few points of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince you and not to confuse you that it is your choice to make, depending on your risk appetite and your patience level, to be able to know, and your timing is very key, whether you are to buy an acre of land in a place of lower demand and high appreciation, like a place like Ibeju Lekki, Acre, and some aspect of Lagos, or for you to buy an outplot in a place of high demand and high appreciation in a place like Abijo GRA, Sagote Edo, Ogobo, Lekki Scheme 2, where you can cash out big time within a very short time. So I hope you have been able to learn from this episode, and you have been able to improve your real estate investment knowledge. If you have gained value from this episode and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, can you do so right away and turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss our subsequent video. You can also do well after watching this video to go back to our playlist and check our previous episode so that you can always learn and improve your real estate investment knowledge. I remain your award-winning rector, property consultant, real estate advisor, Bello Kamaldeen. Till I come your way again next time, remain blessed. Thank you.